While since I've done live, and I know I've been slacking. I need to get back on this. We have had some massive growth initiatives. We've been standing up a BDR team. We're now a BDR team of 5. Probably will double that in the next 90 days. And in doing so, we're learning at like a parabolic rate of, I'm not talking BDR email, BDR LinkedIn. We've been doing that for a long time. But now applying cold call, and I'm a huge believer that what was old is now new. And think of it as like blue oceans and red oceans. And I can tell you it is a blue ocean cold calling again because so few companies are doing it. So I want to be able to share some learnings. And I won't always every time I do this be about BDRs, of course. As a marketing agency, we do a million things. But there is a lot of learnings here, and I want to be able to share the how specifically around call volumes and how to get call volumes up. Let me kind of give you and preface this. You hire a team and they're self-limiting. I want you to think of like different levels that we're going to go through. So you need to first have a talent acquisition strategy. That's kind of like level 0. And part of level 0 is basic onboarding documentation. Now at level 1, you start to make calls. What I think you need to do in level 1 is bust through self-limiting beliefs because now you need to get to scale. Then level 2, you start looking at conversion rates. Then you start looking at show up rates. Then you start looking at qualification so that the calls that are happening from sales accepted lead to sales qualified lead are better. And you keep inching towards eventually getting to LTV and CAC. But right now, what we're doing is we want to collect thousands and thousands of call data every single week so we can make informed decisions specifically around our paid campaigns. Where do we direct traffic? How do we draw them in? What is the time at which we should be reaching out? When should we reach out? All of that data is coming through thousands of dials. So what you need to go through is this past the self-limiting belief as an example. If you left it up to an average seller's devices, they might call like 33 people at 20 or 30 people a day. And I saw that at first. And then we started to set very lofty goals. And there was a ramp up period. And it would almost be like close to a doubling every week for a few weeks until we're now at over 100 dials a day per rep. So now you're sitting on mountains of data. Well, how do you get there? You get there, number one, through daily coaching, and that's obvious. Every day, 7:30, we share ideas and best practices. You can't go from 0 to hero in 90 days unless you're very intentional in your coaching. But now let's get tactical. What else have we done? And I want to show it to you. We use HubSpot. And in using HubSpot, what happens is leads are processed as tasks. Tasks are then processed for calling in the call application in HubSpot. And it allows you to do an initial call 1. And of course, from there, you branch out to connect on LinkedIn, you leave voicemails, you send emails. And then it creates a cadence and a sequence. Call 2 and call 3 and call 4 are follow-ups. Processing. The biggest impediment to speed is research. Now you could say that you have 2 options. Don't do research, call blind. That's stupidity. You need insights and so forth. So is we pull apart tasks in sales and marketing and we say these tasks are $5 an hour tasks and these initiatives are $500 an hour value creation. Your onshore team should be doing the $500 an hour stuff. We'll take the $5 an hour tasks. But we do the same thing within the act of the BDR. If you ask the BDR to be a weapon on the phone to have great informed conversations and be a market researcher at the same time, that's silly. That's like 2 different skills. So you bifurcate those. So what I mean by that is every task that is loaded into HubSpot, there is already research done on those people, that company, their market, preloaded as a script. Screen. This is, I'm not going to show you a live call because I could see them dialing right now. But this is an example of I'm about to jump on a call. You build a template, a wireframe of ideas, and that includes I want to know everything about this person from a personality standpoint. I need to know their disc profile and their Myers-Briggs profile. I want to know three insights about them that I could read in under 3 minutes to have an icebreaker, to have something that transitions a 3 by 3 research insight into a problem statement, into how we create value. I want to be able to seamlessly tell a story. I want to know about their company. I want to know what the company needs might be. We could do an audit on their website, their SEO. I need to know their competitors, and I need to know potential action items. All that being said, we put that directly into HubSpot, into call information. So now I'll stop sharing my screen again. That means that our seller, it combines a script which has a framework. It has a framework of an introduction, 3 by 3 research, problem statement, discovery questions. Now we're putting it into a value statement. We're driving a call to action. We're working on a mutual action plan at the end. It takes that framework and it interlaces it with an AI prompt around demographic and firmographic information so that I, as a seller, I click, boom, it has pre-created me a script. It knows everything about that person, everything about their company, everything about their competitors, everything about their market. And it's telling me what it thinks that I should be saying. So I can jump from call to call to call and be wildly informed, yet at the same time, be wildly productive. I don't spend hours in research now. I can jump from call to call to call because I have bifurcated the research angle of the BDR with the telephonic conversational skill of a BDR. And so every role in an organization needs to be pulled apart like silly string to do the same thing. If you're a marketer, I, we were having a conversation with a customer about video. This is a prime example. And I'm not a video creator by nature, so I wouldn't even have thought of this. My business partner Derek said, "Did you know when you create a video, you have a graphic designer who designs like think of like the when you go on YouTube, there's like that still image. There's a graphic designer. You have the copywriter who writes all the tags in the post in the post. You have the actual video editor. And then there's like this stock motion graphics person. Think about who's like collecting the art for the video editor to put together. There's like 4 people. Again, a lot of people think I want the output of video. They put one video editor in front of it. But that video editor, those are 4 different jobs, and 3 of them they're not very good at. Same sort of thing happens with the BDR. The BDR, the skill you're looking for is competency of having conversation. The research and preparation, the technology piece to get them to that conversation, that's a whole other person. That's how you 3 to 5x BDR productivity. So I hope you found this valuable, and I'll continue to share more ideas.